So, yesterday, as of this recording, I went to a convention and got a ton of comics. And among those comics was the complete Alien and Predator and Prometheus Fire and Stone story arc. Which, which for those who don't know, it pretty much, as I said, it ties together Prometheus and AVP together in one consecutive storyline. And, yeah, it's really damn good. So, for the next few comic reviews, you're going to be seeing me review the entirety of the Fire and Stone story arc through each comic, because this was a series of books. These were a series of four-part mini-series that tied everything together at the end of it. So, let's kick things off with Prometheus Fire and Stone, which acts as the direct sequel to the Prometheus movie. Which most of you guys know is that I liked it at the beginning, but as I look back on it, I'm like, man, this was not as good as I thought it was. And I see more and more stuff I don't like about that movie each time I watch it. And it makes me a little... Not to the point like Alien Covenant, which I walked out immediately going, fuck this movie. But anyway, I digress. So, Prometheus Fire and Stone is set in the 22nd century, and it follows this group of salvagers who are looking for a missing probe. But however, what their captain doesn't tell them is that it's really a secret mission to LV-223 because she wants to know what happened to Peter Whalen because the events of Prometheus are kind of black labeled. No one really knows what happened, but all she knows is that Peter Whalen went up there, never came back. So they go to LV-223 and discover a massive jungle is now grown on the planet. And while exploring it, they discover a downed ship from Hadley's Hope. Now, if you know your Alien, then you remember that Hadley's Hope was the mining colony from James Cameron's Aliens. So we're already tying in, Aliens with the Prometheus lore. And yes, I know what you're thinking, but yeah, Prometheus is supposed to be in that lore. But yeah, it's directly tying into another Aliens film rather than be a prequel to the original one. That's what I meant. I mean, I'm well aware that, yeah, Alien and Prometheus exist in the same universe. Well aware of that, but I was like, yeah, I was just like, man, they're tying directly into another Aliens film, which I'll be covering in Aliens Fire and Stone. But anyway, they explore the ship and discover, oh, it's infested with xenomorphs. And also, the planet we're living on has been mutated, and everything on this planet wants to kill us. Let's get out of here. Now, right off the bat, one of the major things I love about Prometheus Fire and Stone is that, unlike Prometheus and its sequel, these people actually act smart. These people are actually intelligent when dealing with stuff. They're like, when they go outside and one guy goes, hey, we can take our helmets off and breathe rather than wear the helmets. The captain goes, no, jackass, because there might be a contaminant in this forest. We can breathe it, but that also means we'd be breathing in any kind of diseases and bacteria that our bodies can't cope with. There's also another moment where the Marines are like, hey, let's fan out and find these aliens. And again, someone goes, no, that's really stupid. We can't just split up when these things are ravaging the whole planet and killing half of our group. So, yeah, that really made me happy that all these characters are actually, smart. They're actually, following protocols. There's great moments. The characters themselves are fine, but they are, there's not much to them, but then again, there wasn't much to the Prometheus movie, so I was way more invested in the characters in this comic than I was in the film. But anyway, we also have a explanation for the black goo, in that it's a highly contaminant mutagen. And when Shaw destroyed the ship, when Shaw and the Prometheus crew destroyed the ship in the first movie, the contents of the vials broke out, and in less than a century, this jungle formed over the crash site of the Engineers. Which we also get an engineer in here, but we don't know his purpose yet. All we know is that he's taking out the xenomorphs and killing the humans alike. There's also, and yeah, the xenomorphs have been running wild after arriving here from Hadley's Hope. And what I also love is that this has no explanation of, oh, did David create the xenomorphs? No! There's something entirely new that the engineers are afraid of. There's something else not created by David, and it's something the engineers are scared of, basically. So I really did, I really dug this. There's some great action here. There's some great horror. It also comes from, much like in Prometheus and Covenant, is that we have a synthetic villain. But unlike David, who just went, who just decided I'm going to be evil now, what is a synthetic that is called Eldon, and Eldon is pretty innocent until someone he trusted infected him with the black goo, and we actually get a mutated synthetic, which is really cool, and he's filled with all this rage, and he can actually communicate with the xenomorphs, which is it's a little far-fetched, but at the same time I'm like, well, they're not attacking him, and xenomorphs never really had a problem with them, so I can buy that as long as he's not really controlling them. It's more like the xenomorphs are like, oh, you're not human, so we don't want to bother you, and Eldon's like, oh, okay, I'll just help you guys out. There's some great gore in here. The artwork in here is also very moody and atmospheric. I will admit at some points some of the facial expressions do go a little, like, derpy here and there, but it's few and far between, and the moodiness of it, the moodiness of the art and how it displays the gore in some of the scenes is really fantastic. But yeah, this comic has a lot of stuff going for it. I've really dug Fire and Stone. It's, as I read this comic, I was like, why wasn't this Prometheus? Or better yet, why wasn't this Alien Covenant? Yeah, the whole time I was reading Prometheus, Fire and Stone, I was thinking to myself, why wasn't this Alien Covenant? Why wasn't this Alien Covenant? Because this should have been the sequel that Prometheus promised us. We didn't get that, but thank God for Dark Horse and their slew of really good comics. But yeah. So if you were really upset by, Covenant and weren't pleased with Prometheus either, I'd say give this a look. Give Prometheus, Fire and Stone a look, and the other 5 parts to this comic. Yeah, it's a 5-part storyline that are tied into 5 different miniseries, but Prometheus is the start. Following that is Aliens, then Alien vs. Predator, and then Prometheus Omega. But anyway, so if you've read Prometheus, Fire and Stone, what did you guys think of it? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? What did you guys think of Fire and Stone on a whole? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, if you have not already, go check out my other channel, Comic Universe. If you haven't, just subscribe to that. And yeah, once again, hope you all enjoyed this comic review, and I will see you guys later.